Welcome to the Daily Show.
Thanks.
This is so good having you here. I've been a fan of Formula One my entire life. I know most Americans are like, what is that? Mm-hmm. But now that is changing, and I think a lot of it has to do with this new show on Netflix. Have you felt the change in your life? Because you were one of, it's not even an exaggeration to say, you're one of the best drivers, not of just that, of like drivers in the world. Like, that's who you are.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, not I get, you are.
Yeah, I guess. No, I am. I'm very modest. Judging by the audience, yeah, I definitely feel the F1's becoming, it's becoming much more of a thing here in the States. You know,
yeah.
Drive to Survive, put it on the map. And it's been cool. You know, I spent a bit of time in the States, and up until a year ago, not really anyone would say hi to me. Not in a bad way, but recognize me for being an F1 driver, and now it's all, yeah, we saw you on Netflix, it was great, Drive to Survive, and we touched on it before, you know, we wear helmets, so not really many people can see our face a lot of the time, so putting a name or a face to a name, is that what you say?
Yeah, the face to the name.
That helps.
And I think a face to the sport as well. One thing that I know a lot of people have loved about you in the show is getting to know Daniel Ricciardo. So, I mean, those who know you in the sport, like a lot of people refer to you as the clown prince. You know, they'll be like, no, they go like, because you're also one of the most charismatic drivers. A lot of the drivers are very serious. They're like, I drive. You know, like that'll be like the interview. You'll be like, what do you like? The car was fast, we drive. You're always making jokes, like a race won't go well, you'll take it and be like, I'm gonna get faster, but you always make a joke about it, you have fun with it. Is that because you're Australian? Is that because of your family? No, I really wanna know, like, why are you so chilled and still so good?
Well, firstly, I think those others that are a little bit like that, they don't help the sport. They don't help it. And no, I think, you know, for me, I think, yeah, growing up in Australia, you know, growing up with sunshine and, you know, live close to the beach, it's kind of just, I don't know, it turns your personality into a bit of happiness.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my dream job, you know, and it's, you have to be reminded sometimes, you know, you get so competitive and sometimes so caught up in it that you do forget like a little bit of perspective. And it is my dream job. Like, I travel the world to drive cars in circles, which is pretty awesome. So, I mean, there's some turns here and there.
Yeah. You are, I mean, the way you described it made it sound like a traveling Uber driver, but that's not, I don't think that's what you meant. Because you go around, there are, for those, like, people who don't know the sport, you know, Formula One is a sport where you have the fastest cars ostensibly in the world that can corner faster than anything. Is it true that you can drive that car upside down in the tunnel? I've heard this said many times. Can you?
Yeah, I've never done it.
But they say you can, right?
Yeah, so through the, it's called downforce.
Right.
So the cars are very, let's say, aerodynamically sound, that they produce what is the grip is a lot of this downforce. So it's like, the car is like a vacuum to the track. So I guess at a certain speed, we could pretty much go upside down in a tunnel, and the vacuum effect would keep us
I think
upside down.
You should do that.
Yeah, it'd make great TV.
There needs to be one racetrack where every car has to go upside down.
Let's let Vin Diesel try it first.
You grew up in a world where you wanted to be a race car driver. What a lot of people don't know about this sport is how hard it is to get into the sport, how hard it is to stay in the sport. You have so few drivers who are competing for every single spot. The story that we saw about you is really interesting, you know, because you were at Red Bull, you were having a really successful season, and then you decided to take a chance and move to Renault. They were changing their car, they were changing engines, they were changing really what they were doing, and you took this chance. Like, is that like challenging as a driver? Because it's not just you, but it's also the car as well. Is that ever like a tough situation to be in as a race car driver, where it's like your talent versus the car's talent?
Yeah, absolutely. That's, you know, it's probably the one thing I dislike about my chosen profession. You know, it's unfortunately, it's not like tennis where you can only blame the racket so much. You know, it's pretty much, I mean, some like to smash the racket a few times. But anyway, you know, there is a lot of equipment. It is very equipment dependent, but you know, that's the sport, and then, you know, your job is to try and put yourself in the best team to give you the best equipment. But it's like a technology, you know, battle with the manufacturers, and it's crazy. But, you know, I think to get on the grid and there's, you know, 20 drivers,
right?
That's obviously an achievement in itself. But then you obviously want to be the best and get yourself at the top.
You've seen yourself on the podium multiple times. You know, you've had opportunities to pop the champagne and celebrate. I can't imagine what that feeling must be like. I've always wanted to know, though, as an F1 driver, how do you drive in real life? Like, if I was on the freeway, would I know that it's you? Or would I be disappointed to see that it's you?
Probably disappointed. I feel like you're all expecting a pretty fun answer, but it's not.
Are you just like a chilled out, like
yeah.
just cruise along?
Yeah.
Do you sing in the car?
Yeah, I do.
I feel like you're singing, yeah, you seem like the sing in the car type.
Yeah. All I need is my music in the car and I'm good, so.
Do you ever sing while you're driving on the racetrack?
Yeah.
Like in your head?
Yeah. Because sometimes the race might be a bit like boring, I guess, so. I gotta entertain myself.
What is the best song you sing while racing? Like, what is a song where like it just gets you going when you're going around?
I'm on the spot now.
Because like I know when I'm driving fast, I'll sing Shakira.
Ooh.
Like always. Oh baby, when you talk like that, you make me go man. Don't need my. That's like that's my thing. I love it. Do you have anything?
I guess the question, well, two questions.
Yes.
Did you love seeing her yesterday?
Yeah, of course. She's
And
amazing.
your hips, do they lie?
This interview just became R-rated, so we're gonna have to end it. Thank you so much for being on the show, my friend. Really great to have you here. Season 2 of Formula One Drive to Survive will be available on Netflix February 28th. You really want to watch the show. It's so amazing. Daniel Ricciardo, everybody.